Turn the music down. Good morning, everyone. Need my seatbelt on. Surprise! That's not a white hood. No, I'm not in my truck. See if I can get out of here. Big bumps and holes here. No one coming yet. Oh, there's some people back there, but they're going in the other lane. Perfect. All right. I am an automatic. Kenworth, 2018. And I pried the mount off the Peterbilt and stuck it in here, and it's kind of sticky-ish, so hopefully you guys don't fall over. Let's get over a lane. I'll explain everything. It's been a stressful yesterday evening and today. Jess is helping me with it. But we're in Kelowna, headed to Spokane. We'll not get to Spokane today due to, I'll explain. That was closer than I intended. I always like to see the rear tires of the car in front of me. So yesterday, this truck became available in Chilliwack, so they asked me to drop the rental off. Why pay for a rental truck when we have another highway truck sitting there that the company doesn't have to pay rent for? So, got to Chilliwack. I was told where the keys were. They were not there. So I had to sit there and wait. Made phone calls, and they're like, no, the keys are actually there. I'm like, before you hang up, let me go look at that location. No, the keys are not there. Okay, we're gonna send in the guy that's in charge of that area in about 20 minutes, and he'll find the keys. So it took a while to get into this truck, and then it gave me enough time to pack everything up in the rental, and made it easier to move into this truck. But so that killed a bunch of time. So I'm running behind schedule, so I was in a rush today morning, which I shouldn't be. That's a mistake. Don't do that. But then Jess calls me and says I got a bill. Remember my kidney stone a while back?
2.5 kilometers. Turn left on Highway 33.
They didn't process it through my insurance like they said they were going to. They just sent me a bill. Like, what is it, a month and a half later? Oh, and the bill is due in a week and a half from now. What? $3,500 US dollars. That's about what, 4,500-ish, give or take, Canadian dollars. I don't have that kind of money, and my insurance covers it. Why am I paying it? So Jess has been making a bunch of phone calls, talking to Setco, figuring out the right contacts and stuff. It looks like we've got it rolling on the insurance side, but it's going to take about a month to get that processed and paid. So now Jess is trying to contact the hospital. Oh, I have to sign paperwork and stuff like that, so I have to wait till the weekend. She can't send it all out. It all has to be sent snail mail, and I have to sign it. So I have to send it all out to Ontario. And now she's trying to get a hold of the hospital to let them know that I will not have it paid by their deadline, to give us a break. If they just want their money, just hold on. We want to pay you your money. We thought you guys were doing it through insurance and doing the claim. So they haven't got back to her. She's left messages. But she's going to continue working on that. Nothing like having a heart attack, stress attack, panic attack when you get $4,500 bill in the mail. It's like, what? Surprise! And then last night, I was running this way. I was supposed to load first thing today morning and deliver this load to Spokane first thing tomorrow morning. It's a 30 zone, no need to speed up to 50. Keep an eye for the fist bump. They do happen here sometimes. I think they're too focused trying not to wipe out on the sidewalks. They're like glassy ice sidewalks. Looks like no fist pumps today. Not a lot of students out. There's a 12:03 here, so I'm not sure what time their lunch is. But so I got into West Kelowna yesterday at 11 o'clock, 2 to 11, just barely had enough hours to pull and park on the street right by our main, or not main office, but our West Kelowna office. Might as well be our main office. Our head office is Salmo, but this is the nice big show office, right? It's a beautiful office. I really like it. It's nice going in there, and lots of room to expand. Very professional office. It's good first impression for customers and drivers, potential customers. Which is great because now I can reset overnight there, walk into the office in the morning, get all my paperwork I need for 1636, the transponder and all that stuff.
In 400 meters, turn left on Highway 33.
I'm like, perfect, this all worked out perfect. Bit of a hard brake there. So that all worked out nicely, except for one little problem. I told you I'm going to Spokane with this load. I got in there last night at 11. I went on duty today at 7. Anyone that knows truckers' hours of service realizes what I did wrong there.
Turn left at the traffic light.
If you're going to run in the US, you need 10 hours off. Whoa, really? Really? You're an idiot. I've got a big billboard. Don't honk the horn just because somebody else is an idiot. I don't need to be one. So, I took 8 hours off last night. If I had a Canadian load, it's perfect. Legal, good to go. I got plenty of sleep, I'm good to go. But if you're running in the US, you need 10 hours off. So I'm gonna head for the border. The border has limited hours, so I'm gonna cross the border and then pull out on the first pullout there is and spend the night there. and then get going early tomorrow morning.
Continue on Highway 33.
So I'll probably have to get up probably at 4 a.m. or something like that, and I'll still be able to deliver this load at, they want it by 8 a.m. So I'm just going to be running at a little bit of a funny different schedule. So yeah, stress equals making mistakes. We are now on Highway 33. Just leaving Kelowna. Headed towards Big White. It's the airport shuttle that goes to Big White. Hey, but good news is I'm in a nice, beautiful Kenworth. The driver took care of this truck much better than I take care of my truck. It's really nice and clean. I haven't seen any defects on the thing. Actually, I managed to talk to the driver while in Chilliwack of this truck. He still works for Sutco. And he told me some of the little quirks the truck has. Go ahead, hammer down, hammer down. You can do it. There's a runway there for you. This thing has Sirius XM in it. On my international, the radio is busted. I still get FM, AM, and stuff like that, but I don't have access to Sirius XM. So when I get my new truck, I'm definitely getting them to put Sirius XM in that thing. That's kind of nice. At least I'll have music. Fueled up here in Kelowna. The DEF tank doesn't say it's full. It says it's at 7/8 of a tank. I filled it right to the top, so the gauge is not accurate. And I have no idea if I am legally loaded. None at all. Okay, I have a guess. I've never loaded this trailer. I should have talked to the driver and asked him. Darn. I was talking to the driver. I should have asked him how many PSI you can load the truck to. The reason why that truck driver is no longer driving this truck, he switched over to the chip division. So he'll be hauling wood chips, and those are day cabs, day runs, so he'll be home every night. or every day. There's a cross shift. You share your truck with another person, so there's two drivers always in the same truck. Two drivers share a truck. And the reason why he switched from highway to that is he's got shoulder pain, shoulder issues, and can't throw straps anymore. And it's easier on the body doing the chips, no tarping. Well, you still have to unroll a tarp over top, but all of it is not so physically demanding. So. And since he's a foreign worker in our driver program, he had to decide where his home base would be, and he just decided to go to Chilliwack. It's actually a really nice Kenworth. I like it. Excuse me. Didn't see that coming. Or hear it coming. So this is truck number 4, right? There's my truck. Well, this year, so I haven't driven my truck this year, but I've driven the other Kenworth. I was driving there. It was the backup to the backup. I've driven the rental, and now I'm in this truck. The other Kenworth was pretty much exactly this truck. I think it was same year, everything. The layout, everything is exactly the same. But this driver definitely took care of his truck a lot better than the other driver. All the cupboards, everything is nice, and I was worried about switching to Kenworth because I've gotten all my spare Kenworth cupboards have been half ripped off, and this truck, everything is working order. It looks like it's well used, like the table and all that. It's all well used, but everything is in working order. So that proves that maybe those other trucks just had drivers that didn't care as much. So I'm hoping when I get my Kenworth that I'll take care of it and it won't have any issues like that. Okay, made a shift from 11th. That's always the hard shift. Between 10 and 11 is the hard shift. It has to go from low range to high range, or high range to low range. So that's just like my International. It just acts a little bit differently than my International does. Yeah, I think all in all, I think the Peterbilt and the Kenworth are very similar. The biggest difference is that the Peterbilt is a much rougher ride. And like I said last time, the bunk is definitely better organized, the way the cupboards and everything is in a Kenworth versus a Peterbilt or International. No, having said that, it's not fair to compare it to the Peterbilt because I had a shorter bunk, so it didn't have the fridge and the extra cupboards and the table and stuff like that. So I had to go through all the paperwork on this truck and found we're only missing one piece of paperwork, and that was my Washington permits. Those expired on January 1st. I have them on my phone. I can't print them out right now, but at least I have them on the phone. I can prove that I do have a permit to run in Washington. Luckily those are within easy reach. Looks like it's snowing a bit up here. So my only concern now is when I get to the US in the summer, I know there's good pullouts after the border where I can do my 10-hour reset. I do have to cross the border or else I can't cross till tomorrow morning at 7, and that's not going to work for anyone. So I'll cross the border and then find the first pullout in the summer. I know there's quite a few pullouts. I'm just concerned in the winter, are they plowing those pullouts? If they're plowing them, there'll be no issue. I can just pull in, end shift, take my 10 hours off. I don't know if you work for DOT, would you ticket a guy for doing that? Driving a couple miles into the state, finding the first safe place to park. The only issue is if none of those pullouts are plowed, the first place that's safe to stop would be the actual scale. And if it's open, good luck trying to explain to a DOT officer that this is what you're doing, finding the first safe place to park, parking it for 10 hours. And I don't have to go into the US until I know if I'm legal. I will stop at midway at the scale there, pull into that scale, and make sure I am legal before crossing the border. Overall, I'm confident that the weight is under the legal limit. The gross is fine, but do I have the weight distributed correctly on the truck? So if we have to move a couple of lifts, I'll have to unstrap it, move a couple of lifts, whatever. We'll have to go from there. And there's room to jostle the stuff around a bit, so. And I fueled up, so it'll be max fuel, max DEF. That'll give me a good idea of future loads with this truck, where my legal limit is. It's always nice when there's no oncoming traffic. You can take that corner a little wider and keep the pup off of the slush and stuff. 2 cars behind me, we'll let them by. Nice to have a pullout over there right after a slow section. Let the people that line up behind you pass. Do that as often as I can. It won't take long before there's another car behind me, but at least there'll be a new car, I'll let these people go. Because the last thing I want is someone behind me starting to get impatient, make an aggressive pass in a place they shouldn't be passing. Roads look pretty good today. Yeah, I totally took the Coquihalla last night, and with the road conditions I'm like, do I go over the Coquihalla or go the longer way? I'm already in a rush. Go the longer way, take Highway 3. Called Jess. She said the cameras look good. I was listening to the VHF, everybody was saying Coquihalla was wet, it was snowing on top, but it was okay. I'm like, okay, going that way. It worked out nicely. The connector between Merritt and Peachland, the very top, was very, very slippery. But it was just the very top, couple miles, really, really slippery. And then after the really, really slippery, dense fog. I don't think I've ever driven in fog that thick before with a semi. I was really concerned that someone would come up behind me too fast because I was just crawling down. I could see maybe 3-4 feet over the hood. It was just thick fog. But it all works out, right? Every day is a good day, even though last month and the beginning of this month have been challenging for me. It's been rough. But we'll figure it out. If I do end up having to pay for the claim, I don't think I'll ever run in the US without having my own insurance. But everybody says that we are covered, so even just talk to the insurance company and it's like, yep, we just need this and this and this information. Basically, the insurance person said, yes, you should be covered. We just need physical proof of the things you are saying. So she's got to mail all that physical proof in. So I'm thinking we'll probably get to the border 3:30-ish. I'll have some time to sit on the laptop and play some video games, something like that. Won't have any cell service because I've made that mistake too. Forgot my US SIM card in my truck. So that's sitting in Surrey. So I'll have no cell plan in the US. In emergency, I can use my provider here, but it's really expensive. So I'm just going to put on airplane mode unless there is an emergency. I've told dispatch if they need me to call, I can call, just to send me a message on the call quam, and I will call them just so they're aware. It will be expensive for me, so only make me call them if they really need me to call them. Also, I'm not going to have any way of printing out manifests. If I get a load down there, they will have to email it to the chipper, and I'll just have to sit there for half an hour waiting for the manifest instead of getting to go drive. So that's an inconvenience. Once again, my printer is in my truck because the rental didn't have an inverter, so there was no point of taking a printer with. This truck does have an inverter, which means it's got a microwave in it. I intend not to use it, but it might be tempting. I haven't had a microwave in years. We don't microwave. Microwave is not the healthiest option. It zaps a lot of nutrients out of food and stuff like that. So we always use toaster oven. I think it might be a good idea to buy a toaster oven for a truck like this and keep it in the truck. I think that might be a good idea. Get rid of the food warmer and just have a toaster oven, strap it in the spot that the truck is designed for a microwave oven. Especially if it's this kind of layout, we'll have more room in a layout like this. It's well designed. And if I know I'm keeping a truck for the next 4 years, I'm gonna put in little shelving and stuff and get it really organized. I don't know, looking forward to it. See, just talking to you guys puts me in a better mood. I'm just telling you guys you guys are my therapist. Free therapy. We got double solid here, bud. Okay, maybe you're realizing that. No, don't do it. No, don't. No, no, no. Okay, finally saw the car. Hit the brakes and went back in. Now you can. Hello? Okay, don't do it. You had a couple of seconds there to go for it. Quite a few snowmobile tracks in that field. Looks like fun. Never gone snowmobiling. Ever. I would buy one, but those things are expensive toys. There you go. Isn't it so much better when you pass a legal spot? I would turn the radio on, but I'd probably get a copyright strike. But I'm enjoying my Sirius XM. I've also got an audiobook to listen to as well, so I won't be bored. Bunk heat in this truck seems to work splendidly. Turned it up a little too warm last night. I was sweating in the morning, so that's not good. So, yeah. I guess I'm happy. I'm stressed out, but I'm happy. I'm I'm just hoping Jess gets a reply from the hospital and it's a positive experience. That'll take a lot of stress away, I think, if that's a positive experience. Climb, baby, climb. Climbing Big White now. No, we don't climb all the way to the ski hill, but in fact, we climb a little way to the ski hill, but it's a very curvy, slow climb. I didn't have to tarp this load either, so that's kind of nice. So apparently we have a bunch of these loads. Spokane runs again from Lavington, so very likely, what is today, Wednesday? Unload Thursday, load Thursday, and probably load at Klesnikoff, a load to the beach, deliver that Friday. If we have time, we'll probably try to get loaded again here in Lavington Friday. I bet y'all run empty from the beach to Lavington and load another one Friday evening, and then go home for the weekend, and then head to Spokane again for Monday morning unload. That's my guess. That's my prediction. And me with my OCD and all the other issues I have, I need to plan ahead. It seems to help me. Keeps me from any kind of panic attacks. Everything is planned out ahead. That's why budget is done for 2021. Got the vacation slotted in there. Basically, there is a plan for them all to be paid before I go on vacation. No money stress that way. Unfortunately, every now and then a hospital throws a surprise at you. Really irritating that when you're told one thing and then you think it's all taken care of, living life, switching trucks over and over and over, but living life happy. And then wham! What do you mean I owe $3,500 US? With the money I've been making the last month, I don't think a month of work would cover that bill. With all the breakdowns and then time off and all that, I don't think two paydays would pay off that bill if the full paydays could go to that bill. Which they can't. My paydays are accounted for. That's why the budget is done till 2021. And that's why we have insurance. It'll cost us, even if the insurance covers all of it type of thing, it'll still cost us money because long distance phone calls and mailing letters and all that stuff, but we'll figure it out. There we go. I'm starting to be the engine of this train. Only 3 cars behind us, so in the summer you can't see the end of the line. It's unlimited. Infinity cars behind you. Look at that big snowball that came rolling down. You see lots of little small lines where small snowballs roll down. They're closing quite a few highways today to do avalanche control. I know Highway 1 was closed in a couple of sections, and Coquihalla is closed. Truck was nice and washed on the outside, well, clean inside and outside, but after driving on this road it's going to be filthy. There's the turnoff to Big White. I guess that car is going skiing. That pickup's going skiing. And the truck behind them going skiing. So I wonder if that rig is turning off, the one in front of us. I wonder which direction he's going to head. We're got a US load, so we're lighter than him. So if he's going to continue on Highway 33, we'll be stuck going whatever speed he's going. There's a chance he's going to turn off and take the 201. It's a gravel road from here to OK Falls. There's lumber mills that way, so pretty much is a logging road that was so convenient that the road just kept getting bigger and bigger, and it got a number, and it's actually a gravel road now. They should really pave it as a backup when Highway 97 is closed. 97 does close from time to time. Sometimes it's been closed for weeks at a time due to big rock slides and stuff like that. And then the 201 is one of the main options. There's the brake check. Elevation 1265 meters. Don't see the driver, he must be walking around on the other side of the truck doing his check. It's one thing I'm kind of proud of. Sutco drivers rarely have I seen a Sutco truck driver not get out of his cab and walk around and do an actual check. A lot of companies, you see drivers just pull in, stop, record their brake check and go, which is legal by the letter of the law. That is legal. If you pull into a brake check, stop, record the fact you did a brake check, and then go, that is 100% legal. Having said that, that is not the intent of that law. The law is get out, make sure your brakes are all in the right position, make sure none of your tires are overheating, none of your hubs are overheating, clean your lights, make sure the load's secure, no air leaks, you know, just a quick walk around. It's not a lot of work walking around, and darn it, you sit in the truck all day long. Don't you want to stretch your legs? I don't understand that when people just sit in their truck at every brake check. It's like, it makes no sense. Looks like we won't have problems with being on that truck's bumper. He's moving pretty good. So I don't even know if he would have turned off there. That was the turnoff for the 201. One of the two turnoffs. There's another turnoff coming up. Well, I think it's been another long video. Now this highway, we have different opinions. A while back when you guys asked the most boring highway in BC, we all kind of agreed that the highway 97 going north to Prince George is the most boring highway in BC. I count this one as one of the most boring highways in BC. It is quite desolate. There's not much for stops along the way. There's no radio, no cell service. And it's got to be a solid hour of driving. I've never timed it, but it's got to be about an hour. But other people find it absolutely beautiful. No big mountains in the background. I just don't see the scenery. You don't follow a lot of beautiful rivers. You get glimpses here and there. Most of the way is just trees. So some of you guys think it is a beautiful highway and love it. It's some of you classify this as one of the most beautiful highways in BC. In fact, motorcyclists, this is on their list as one of the highways to drive with a motorcycle, which I haven't done yet with a motorcycle. Might be fun on a motorcycle. A lot of corners. And I guess there's a lack of police presence too, so motorcyclists, that might be an up vote for that. So yeah, I don't know. I've always found this section boring. But now that I have Sirius XM, maybe I won't find it as boring. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Gotta concentrate on these corners here. Gotta get slowed down enough. for the tight corner at the bottom, so let's get that done before I turn the camera off. No need to speed up because we need to be slow. Manual mode, shifting by button. One thing I'd really like a lot better with this truck than my International is the way the gear shifting works. On my truck, it's just buttons on the dashboard, which is really annoying. This thing actually has a physical shifter, and on the physical shifter you can shift between drive, manual, or low, L, which will automatically pick the lowest gear possible. And then you can also, in the manual mode, there's buttons on the shifter to shift up and down. It's just very handy, very convenient. It's definitely well designed compared to the International. This truck is easy to control manually. The International, you really have to learn where to reach for those buttons without looking down. You really want your eyes on the highway and not looking at the dashboard. Alright, I've made it down that safely. I'll let you guys go. You guys rock. Thank you so much for all the comments. I love reading all the comments every day. I won't have cell service tonight, so I'm going to have to read twice as many comments tomorrow. I really enjoy reading them all. Hopefully I can still keep up on those comments and always stay on top of it and keep reading them. But yeah, keep them coming. I'll keep reading them all. As long as I physically can keep up with them, I'll read them all. I might not respond to all of them, but so far I'm reading every single comment. So, and also, if your comment doesn't show up right away, don't worry about it. It's just being held for review. Something in the YouTube analytics says that you said something in that comment that's not approved. I approve 99% of those comments. So I don't know why sometimes it says needs approved, but I approve 99% of them. So it might just take a day or two before it shows up in the comment thread. And I also respond to a lot of your comments, as many as I can. So keep those comments coming. Hit that subscribe button. Ask me anything. Join us on weekends for our live Q&As. Every weekend that I'm at home anyway. And yeah, that's it. You guys rock. Have a good day.